Saboridar or Pronoundar, every pony. This is BronyDan. It's not original, but there, you try coming up with originality these days. You know, I'm kind of surprised that MLP hasn't really done that many mystery episodes. The last one that comes to my mind was Mystery on the Friendship Express back in Season 2, and I personally consider that to be a average to mediocre episode. But it seems they're going to have another shot at it again, so let's take a look at this week's episode, which was Rarity Investigates. Wow, 2 Rarity episodes in a row. We start off at Canterlot Carousel with Sassy Saddles. You know, I appreciate that they are following continuity from the last episode. I just wish it wasn't continuity that made me look out to be an idiot. So it turns out Rarity has designed some new outfits based on a fictional detective called Shadowspade. Oh God, please don't tell me this is going to be like Daring Don't, where it turns out that the fictional character is actually real. Thankfully, Rainbow Dash comes into the episode with some news.
I'm here for Princess Celestia's Royal Garden opening tomorrow.
I've heard that the Wonderbolts will be kicking things off with an aerial display.
You heard right. And Rainbow Dash is here to fly with them. So exciting. Well, kind of exciting. Technically, I'm not flying. I'm just the lucky reserve who was called in to be the backup flyer in case a Wonderbolt can't perform. And I do get to stay in the castle, hang out with the Wonderbolts, and eat awesome food at the dinner tonight. Speaking of the dinner, you're still coming, right? Heavens, yes?
You know what? I think this is a pairing I think everybody has wanted to see for a long time. Aside from Sonic Rainboom back in Season 1, Rarity and Rainbow Dash haven't really had much interaction together, so it's going to be interesting to see how they play off of each other. So while at the dinner, we meet an old Wonderbolt flyer called Windrider, who has come out of retirement to perform with the Wonderbolts.
She just might beat your record.
Really now?
Oh, I'm nowhere near as good as you.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Phillies.
Well, there's certainly something shifty about him. Anyway, after some moments that would make any Raridash shipper scream in delight, we learn that Spitfire has had to drop out because she received a letter from her mother saying that she wasn't well. So Rainbow Dash will be filling in for her.
I'm gonna get to fly with Windrider and the Wonderbolts, cause I'm the bestest and I'm awesome and they know it.
However,
My daughter's a Wonderbolt, but I don't see her up there. Do you know Spitfire?
Oh, you're Spitfire's mom? But I thought you were sick.
What?
Well, Spitfire got a note from you saying you weren't feeling well and she went home to take care of you.
I didn't send a note.
That's so strange.
well, it's nice to see that we are actually seeing some more parents in the show. But who could have possibly sent the letter?
Maybe, so they could take her spot.
So Rainbow Dash is automatically labelled as the culprit, so she must prove that she didn't send the letter, or else she's banned from the Wonderbolts. So this whole mystery is all over the delivery of a letter. Well, if that's the case, this guy must be on Equestria's most wanted list. But who is going to help Rainbow Dash?
Detective Rarity is on the case, and we're going to get to the bottom of this faster than my costume change.
So, this is going to be less Phoenix Wright and more Carmen Sandiego then. Alright. By the way, I should point out now that the art style the episode takes is just gorgeous. I love the use of black and white in the second part. It's obviously an homage to film noir, with the inclusion of the smooth jazz that plays in the background, and the inner monologues that Rarity has to herself. And they even poke fun at those as well.
Rainbow Dash was questioning my methods, but I knew what I was doing. Do you? Did I say that one out loud?
Plus, the lighting as well in some sections is just spectacular. You really do have to appreciate how much the animation has improved as the show has gone on. So they decide to question the guards who were on duty that night, but more persuasion is going to be needed.
Perhaps I should take it from here?
Mrs. Rarity, you're trying to seduce me.
You castle guards have such a difficult job. I'm guessing that at times it can be rather boring.
It is.
I can imagine that armor is feeling pretty tight all of a sudden. The method does work, as they reveal that some pony had sent them a cake. So they head over to the bakery that it may have come from and...
Hello? How can I help you?
Okay, seriously, I am now convinced that Canterlot is like London, because this is clearly the East End. Where else are you gonna find a Peggy Mitchell wannabe? You know what? I'm gonna call you Barbara Windsor Pony. So after Barbara Windsor Pony gives them more information about the person who bought the cake, Rarity now believes she has figured out who the culprit is. Although by this point I think everybody's figured out who it was.
And that pony was none other than... Wind Rider!
Oh, what a shock! It is revealed that Wind Rider had done all of this so that Rainbow Dash would not be able to break his record. Which is kind of petty and also pathetic when you think about it. I mean, okay, so you have Rainbow Dash kicked out of the Wonder Ball so she doesn't break your record. Fine, but what if some pony else joins the Wonder Balls and they have a chance of breaking your record? What are you gonna do, join up at the last minute and try and stop them as well? Plus, what if you had died by the time the record was broken? What are you gonna do after that? Haunt them until they give up? It's a bit of a ridiculous reason to get someone in trouble. And even your plan of disguising yourself as Rainbow Dash is also flawed. I mean, okay, the voice thing you can get away with, but really, Barbara Windsor Pony could not figure out the fact that, oh, I don't know, their muzzles are the completely different sizes. So they managed to get Spitfire back, Wind Rider is given the Hulk Hogan treatment, and Rainbow Dash is finally able to fulfill her dream of flying with the Wonderbolts.
And as for me, I got a chance to show off my Femme Mystique chic collection.
That's nice, dear.
Oh, did I say that out loud?
So that's another thing we can cross off Lauren Faust's lists of dreams for the main six. This really was just a fun episode, although my complaints are mostly just nitpicks. I would have liked it if the crime and punishment had been a bit more serious, like a kidnapping or a theft. But no, it was just a letter. Plus, I think everyone knew it would be Wind Rider the moment the event started. You don't introduce a character into this situation and not have them be the culprit. But those are just small things. The big thing that makes this episode work was Rainbow Dash's and Rarity's relationship, which, as I've already stated, was brilliant. Ashley Ball and Tabitha St. Germain play off of each other with excellence. I love the film noir style. I wish we'd see more of these two together. It was just an all-around fun episode. This is BronyDan saying, no star.
The longer the daylight, the less I do wrong. Now past the